Support for Woodsongs show number 842 is provided by VisitLex.com, by the Martin Guitar Company, makers of the new Woodsongs Quad 28S guitar, ear trumpet mics, and by our family of Woodsongs partners. Woodsongs is now available for use by teachers in classrooms, complete with lesson plans. Information is available on the classroom page of Woodsongs.com.
By Folkbook.com, a social media site for music, arts, fans, and families.
By the historic and beautiful city of Lexington and VisitLex.com, the Bluegrass Hospitality Association, and the elegant, historic Clarion Hotel and Restaurant, welcoming visitors from all over the world to Lexington, Kentucky, the horse capital of the world and home for parks, museums, festivals, great music, and Woodsongs.
The next Woodsongs gathering of song farmers will be September 23rd and 24th of 2016 at the historic Shaker Village of Pleasant Hill, Kentucky. Members get free tickets to attend both days. Take your next vacation trip to the musical state of Kentucky. For information, visit our website at woodsongs.com.
Here on the Louisiana Hayride, his name is
Hank Williams.
the Drifting Cowboy.
On the Grand Ole Opry, Bill Monroe and his Bluegrass Boys.
Hi, this is Emmylou Harris.
Hi, folks. This is Sam Bush.
Hello, this is Odetta.
This is Joan Baez, and you're listening to the Woodsongs Old Time Radio Hour.
And now, gather the family around and sit back in your easy chair. It's time again for the Woodsongs Old Time Radio Hour, our worldwide celebration of grassroots music. Let's welcome folk singer Michael Jonathan.
I know a lady, she hasn't any time to give away. Oh, but maybe the time she has will drift my way. A precious drop of time in her eyes, stolen moments like rain in the night. It's like tears of angels high above. It covers me in her waterfall of love. Precious droplets of time in her eyes, stolen moments like rain in the night. It's like tears of angels high above. It covers me in her waterfall of love.
The Woodsongs Old Time Radio Hour is presented in part by VisitLex.com, an online vacation guide for families, visitors, and corporate conventions to visit Lexington, Kentucky. By Ear Trumpet Labs, professional microphones, hand-built in Portland, Oregon, online at eartrumpetlabs.com.
And by listeners like you, Woodsongs is an all-volunteer-run multimedia celebration of grassroots music broadcasting worldwide and made possible by our audience. You can support our broadcast by becoming a Woodsongs partner. Information is online at woodsongs.com.
And welcome to the beautiful and historic Lyric Theater in our hometown of Lexington, Kentucky. We're broadcasting worldwide, celebrating this amazing, magnificent world of grassroots music. It's a wonderful, passionate world that we live in, and we're so glad that we could bring it to you. Over 500 stations around the world. We'll get into how much we reach later on in the broadcast, but the purpose of our show is not just to celebrate it, but really to give you a chance to know the heart, the spirit, the depth that these artists have with their lives in music and the songs themselves. Artists come from everywhere to be on our show. You don't have to be famous to be on Woodsongs. You just have to be very, very good, and that is certainly the case with one of the most awarded men in the world of bluegrass. He's been performing this music for well over half a century, nearly 40 years with the band incarnation that he's got on a show. He nearly 40 albums into his career. He's got a brand new album called In Session. This is a tune called Wilma Walker. Please welcome the incredible Doyle Lawson and Quicksilver to the Woodsongs Old Time Radio.
Let's have us talk. Sit down, Wilma Walker. I've got some land and a cabin with a front yard needing flowers. I'm a good man. I'll give you everything within my power. It don't sound like very much, but I own it all. And I'll share it all with you, darling, it's your call. Hey, Wilma Walker, will you marry me? I ain't got much to offer, thank God love is free. Wilma Walker, will you marry me? I'll tell you there is more to life than money. So here's my heart. Could that be enough for you, honey? I promised your daddy I'll take care of you, and I'll swear it on the Bible if you want me to. Hey, Wilma Walker, will you marry me? Let's have some sons and daughters, make a family. Wilma Walker, will you marry me? We can help each other get around in our old age, but it all depends on how you answer me today. Hey, Wilma Walker, will you marry me? Well, I ain't got much to offer, thank God love is free. I love you and you ought to answer yes indeed. Wilma Walker, will you marry me? Wilma Walker, will you marry me?
I hope so. Thank you. Thank you.
One of the most awarded men in the world of bluegrass, Doyle Lawson. Welcome back to the show. It's good to see you.
Thank you, Michael. It's good to be back.
Last time you were here, we had the great J.D. Crowe and Paul Williams.
Paul Williams,
You
right.
started your career with Paul.
I did in 1963. I
Jimmy Martin?
played the banjo for Jimmy Martin.
Yeah, now you have made your reputation as a mandolin player, of course, but you obviously play guitar and banjo.
Well, in the early days, I played whatever I needed to get a job.
Employment, the desperation of employment, right?
Yeah, some of the bands they'd say, what'd you pick with them? I said, well, it all depended on who didn't show up. You know,
Yeah, right.
Anyway.
Well, let's talk about the early days real quick. And on previous broadcasts, we did look into this a little bit, but it's worth doing again. You know, you're a young fella in Fordtown, Tennessee.
Yep.
You're listening to the Grand Ole Opry. What was it about that music that pulled you like it did?
Oh, it was Mr. Bill Monroe for sure. That high, lonesome voice with that mandolin playing that was so commanding and would draw you to it. And I was about 5 years old when I heard it for the first time. My mother told me who he was, and I said, that's what I want to do when I grow up.
At 5 years old?
At 5 years old. I never wanted to do anything else. So It's a good thing it worked out.
Yeah. Well, it worked out really good for you. Now, as a young fellow, what was the first instrument? Was it the banjo? Was it the mandolin?
It was the mandolin.
It was the mandolin. Which
My father sang in an a cappella quartet, and one of the fellas had a mandolin, I found out, and he loaned it to me. I learned to play it, gave it back to him, and in 1980, he gave it back to me, and I had it restored. So I've got the one at home I learned to play on.
Well, and let's talk about the one that you're touring with. Tell me about the mandolin you've
this
got now.
this is the Doyle Lawson model made by the Gibson USA.
Oh boy, you and Sam Bush.
Very proud of that.
Yeah.
And I'm in good company with Sam.
Yep.
He's a dear friend.
Now, since you have it, and since we're bragging on your Gibson model and stuff, you're home, you're on your front porch, the sun is going down, it's a beautiful summer evening. What do you play on your mandolin? Play it for me right now.
What would I play on it?
Yeah.
Well,
Let's turn your...
maybe, I don't know, something. Something like that.
Yeah, well.
Fact is, thank you. Michael, I wrote that tune when my oldest daughter was just a baby, and I was standing in her bedroom early one morning, and I lived out in the country, and it was a frost on the ground, and the sun was just getting warm enough, and I actually wrote that on the fiddle, but I transposed it to the mandolin. I call that Misty Morning because I was and looked out across the field, and that's where I came up with the idea for the tune.
It's amazing how music it connects to our own personal memories like that, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
And for the sake of the audience, I mean, the fiddle and the mandolin, the tuning's virtually the same. You can write on one and transpose.
Well, I don't dare pick up one these days, but that's why I got the great young fiddle player I've got. You know?
Right.
I mean, I could evacuate Lexington if you want to hear me play fiddle.
No. We want everybody to stay right where they are. We're enjoying a good show with you. Now, Bill Monroe was a very dignified gentleman of music. He would get on stage. He would wear a suit and tie and stuff. You have taken the idea of style in bluegrass, kind of 2.0'd it. You are the GQ man of bluegrass music.
Well,
so your sense of style, you've got on this sparkly bronze black jacket with sparkly bronze thingies all over it and sparkly thingies on your boots. I mean, and you're known for sparkly thingies. I mean, you're...
Well, I'm a sparkly kind of guy, I guess. I don't know.
Yes, you are.
Well, look. You know, Michael, for me, I grew up in a time when the entertainers, and we know time changes everything, but I remember the entertainers, not necessarily the bluegrass entertainers, but the entertainers would dress, and when they walked on the stage, the people knew that they were seeing something, and I always thought that was just great to have the artist take the time and care about the people and in their appearance. Mm-hmm. And so a few years ago, I thought, hey, I think I'm going to take it a step further. And I remember the first jacket I had made like this, and I was at the IBMA, and I was walking through, and my manager was with me. And as we were walking by, people were looking and going, I went by one guy, and I heard him say to his buddy, he said, boy, he's making way too much money.
That's all right. Like most bluegrass players, you were probably making tens and tens of dollars at the time. So it takes a lot of stick-to-it.
Well, I know how to make $1 million playing bluegrass. You start with 3.
Start right and just keep playing till the money runs out. There is a wonderful folk and blues artist named Odetta that was very popular in the 50s and 60s.
I remember her quite well.
And I was on tour with her for a little while, and she would just dress to the nines. And I asked her one night, just like we're talking to you, why are the clothes so important? And she said, it's more important for me to let the audience know that they're special than for the audience to let me know.
That's exactly the reason I do it. You know, I want them to know that I'm glad they're here.
Well, and I think they are.
Thank
You've got this beautiful new album. You're nearing 40 albums in your career. If this is not the actual 40th one yet, we were losing count backstage.
Well, I really don't remember because I flunked math. So.
Well, and oddly enough, it's a school chalkboard. Is the front cover in Sessions, and there's a sort of a tongue-in-cheek reason for the title. Why don't you tell me?
Well, a few years back, to celebrate the 25th year of having the group, I did a thing made up of rehearsals and some live shows and cuts like that. And somewhere they decided they would call it the School of Bluegrass. There've been a lot of artists come through here, and I've had a lot of great artists come through here, have gone on and did quite well, and I'm very proud of that. And but I was thinking, one time I jokingly said that they called me the manager of the farm team for Bluegrass.
Yes.
Because I had a lot of people come through. But I got to thinking about that, and somebody kind of tagged me with being the professor or something like that. So I got the idea to talk with Josh, and I were having breakfast, my dobro player. We were having breakfast. We got to talking, and we came up, between us, we came up with the idea of 33 strings or whatever it says on there.
33 strings, 6 pickers, and 6 voices, reading, writing, and rhythm, which is sort of the history of Doyle Lawson. Let's get into the album. This is a tune off the new album called I'd Just Be Fool Enough from In Session. His brand new CD is Doyle Lawson and Quicksilver on the Woodsongs, Old Time Radio.
So careless with your glances. Don't look at me that way and breathe a sigh. Oh, please don't get too close and let me love you, 'cause I'd just be fool enough to try. It's not that I don't think I'm worthy of you, but memories from the past I still recall. Don't let me hold you in my arms and kiss you, 'cause I'd just be fool enough to fall. Don't let me tell you how I dream about you and long to have a love that I could share. Oh, please don't let your eyes be so revealing, 'cause I just be fool enough to care. It's not that I don't think I'm worthy of you, but memories from the past I still recall. Don't let me hold you in my arms and kiss you, 'cause I'd just be fool enough to fall. 'Cause I'd just be fool enough to fall.
Thank you, folks. Thanks, man.
One of the most awarded artists in the world of bluegrass, Doyle Lawson, his group Quicksilver from their brand new CD, In Session. If you want to revisit this broadcast, we encourage you to go to our website, woodsongs.com. Click on the archive page. This is show number 842. You could listen to it again. You could even watch it in 5-camera glory, as well as the next artist that we're very, very proud to say that they are from our home state. They're from East Keys, Kentucky, the area around Pikeville, Kentucky, deep in the Appalachian Mountains. They are very unique, and we're going to talk about that right after their first song. They've got a brand new CD called No Town Like Coaltown. We're very proud that they're here. Coaltown Dixie on the Woodsongs. Old
1, 2, 3, 4. He was 13 years old the day his mama died. Sat all alone by a grave and cried. While his pappy took him in, he was the last of his kin. They lived in Kentucky near the county line. There ain't a lot that goes on up a holler between two hills. His pappy made a living with his moonshine still. Well, he worked in the sweet corn patch, and every time they made a batch, old Burry Patton would check the beat. Well, I guess it turned out all right. Began a living in the middle of the night, on a run into my golf and Mason George by his side, Floyd County line. Buried him on the hill by the still on the line. Thinking back at what might have been, pushing that moonshine, it was a sin. It was the only way of life they knew back then. Well, I guess it turned out all right. Began a living in the middle of the night, on a running to my golf and Mason George by his side, Floyd County line. In the middle of the night, on a run into my golf and Mason George by his side, Floyd County line. Thank you.
Floyd County line is the name of the song. Coaltown Dixie is the name of the band. Let's say hi to the mandolin player, Chris Bailey Preston. Chris, it's nice to have you here.
Hello, thank you. So nice to be here.
So there's 5 ladies in the band, and let's talk about the obvious first. Bluegrass, and you and I were talking about this backstage. Yes. Bluegrass is decidedly a male community for the most part. Not exclusively, but certainly most of the groups in bluegrass from the beginning till now, right, have been male.
That's true. The majority have been and still are.
And so what's making you unique, and again, we discussed that this was important to talk about during the show. It is rare for an all-female bluegrass band, and that's what makes you guys so exciting, that it's new, it's different.
Thanks.
So talk about the formation of the band and the idea behind that.
Okay, I'll probably defer that one to Stephanie because this was all her idea.
Was it? Okay, so let's welcome Stephanie, the bass player.
I just had the idea that it would be really fun to have all females playing in a bluegrass band, just kind of as we talked about. And Chris and I had met through work, and I talked to her about playing, and it took me a little while to get her to agree to it. And with a little arm twisting, I was able to do that. And you would think in eastern Kentucky that there would be a lot of musicians. It'd be easy to find, but that wasn't the case. It took us about, I guess, a year before we were able to locate Melanie and Kaylin. And so it took us a little while before we got the core of the band together.
Well, you are certainly all very fine musicians. I mean, without a doubt. You guys play great. When I'm talking to Doyle, Lawson, or any other bluegrass band, though, I don't say the all-male bluegrass band Doyle, Lawson, and Quicksilver, because it's a given, right?
It is.
So,
it is.
So how do you, let's talk about marketing yourselves. I mean, you've got this unique exclamation point behind great musicianship. How do you market it to festivals and other places to go play?
Well, I think exactly what you said and what Doyle Lawson said, I learned from Dean Osborne years ago to dress nice when you go on stage and show respect to your band. And, you know, we're not up here in overalls, although sometimes we do play in overalls. But, you know, we believe in, you know, looking nice for the audience and trying to show respect for you all for coming out to see us. And I think, you know, as females, maybe we have to try to carry ourselves even in a bit more professional manner sometimes, because we're a little bit more under the microscope. Because at a festival with 20 bands, we might be the only all-female band there. And so, you know, if we don't dot every I or cross every T, people will notice that a little bit more.
Well, and you certainly wear it as an exclamation point, because even on your album, you describe yourselves as high-heeled bluegrass, which is, I think, is great. High-heeled bluegrass. And it's interesting because none of you are wearing high heels. No. You're all in cowboy boots.
Well, these are a lot more comfortable. We learned that kind of, I guess, a little bit into it.
Right.
You know, that boots are a little more comfortable.
Now, musically, as you guys are putting together, I mean, you are what you're treating us to, and what makes this album that you have so wonderful is that these are original tunes. So, do you write as a group? Do you write individually and bring the song individually to the band? How does that work out?
It's a little bit of both, I'd say. We've written individually and together, and you know, we're really, really proud of the fact that this project it's all original tunes, and our first two projects were the majority of those songs were original. We're proud of that, and I think that goes back to the all-female thing a little bit too, because there weren't a lot of songs out there that said what we wanted them to say from a female perspective. You know, females don't bode well in most bluegrass songs.
A lot of them get killed. They get bludgeoned.
Well, but again,
down the river.
isn't that part of it? And I don't want to use the word chauvinist, but it is male dominated. I mean, the folk world, the bluegrass world is decidedly male dominated, right? So what I personally thought was nice, the fact that a lot of these songs are original, is you're not copying the guy bands. You're doing your own thing. You're pioneering something that I'll bet you a lot of young girls are looking at you going, yes, I want to do that too. Just like when Doyle heard the Grand Ole Opry and saw Bill Monroe, he wanted to do that. Did you ever consider that part of your responsibility as artists, that all these young ladies, and young guys too, watch you play and they want to be like you?
Yeah, definitely. And we do seem to have at any of our shows, young girls especially will seem to come forward and dance along to our music, and we do seem to have a good following of young girls, and we couldn't be happier.
Well, it certainly is danceable. We're going to get into another song from your new CD, No Town Like Coaltown. They're from the East Kentucky mountains. We're very proud they're here. This is a tune called Papaw's Swing. It's Coaltown Dixie on the Woodsongs Old Time Radio Hour.
Stranded at a bus stop outside of Birmingham, I settled back on a wooden bench for the long, cold night ahead. And as I sat there counting hours, the thought occurred to me, I'd give anything if this old bench was Papaw's front porch swing. Papaw worked out in the barn where you could hear the buzzing saws. Mama swept the sawdust that clung to his overalls. He built tables and shelves and preacher stands, but the best of all these things, it was a one-of-a-kind, his own design. My papa's from Fort Swing. Papa's swing meant more to me than just some nails and wood. It was love and pride and family time on Sunday afternoon. Whenever I grow weary of the troubles life hands me, I just close my eyes and spend some time in Papa's front porch swing. I remember times there'd be 4 or 5 of us grandkids all crammed in. Uncle John singing cowboy songs and us fighting over who was gonna sit next to him. Eating dried apple pie, watching cars go by to the sound of those rusty springs. Well, life was so much easier back home in that old swing. Papa's swing meant more to me than just some nails and wood. It was love and pride and family time on Sunday afternoon. Whenever I grow weary of the troubles life hands me, I just close my eyes and spend some time in Papa's front porch swing. Now from whenever you've got troubles, no matter what they be, just close your eyes and spend some time in Papa's front porch swing.
Papa's Swing, that's one of the great songs from their new album. It's Coaltown Dixie from East Kentucky Mountains. We've also got one of the legacy artists of the world of bluegrass, Doyle Lawson, and his band Quicksilver's here as well. Wait till you meet this week's Woodsongs kid. You will right after the break.
You're listening to Woodsongs show number 842, broadcasting around the world from the historic city of Lexington, Kentucky.
If you would like to attend a Woodsongs broadcast when visiting Lexington, you can find reservation and show schedules on our website, woodsongs.com.
We'll be back after the break with Doyle Lawson and Quicksilver and Coaltown Dixie on the Woodsongs Old Time Radio Hour.
Woodsongs is presented in part by VisitLex.com, welcoming families from all over the world to visit Woodsongs in historic Lexington, Kentucky.
Information about our broadcast and the Woodsongs Gathering Music Festival and Member Conference at Shaker Village in Kentucky is online at woodsongs.com.
Hi friends, this is your old buddy Ralph Stanley, and I'd like to tell you that you're listening to Michael Jonathan and the Woodsongs Old Time Radio Hour.
And there's Dr. Ralph, and welcome everybody back to our broadcast here at the beautiful Lyric Theater in our hometown of Lexington, Kentucky. We're the crossroads of America's folk and bluegrass music, the gateway city to the beautiful Appalachian Mountains. We're broadcasting on over 500 radio stations worldwide, from Australia to Ireland, New Zealand to New York, Yuma, Arizona to the Yukon, in northern Canada. We're also broadcasting on American Forces Radio Network. It puts this show on the radio in 173 nations worldwide, great big countries like Kuwait and Brazil and Saudi Arabia, and there are all kinds of military families out there that we're broadcasting to. We're also on every single U.S. naval ship in the world, every Coast Guard vessel in North America, and every single military base around the globe, and we want to say hi to all those families. Bringing them a little taste of home. We're also coast to coast as a public television series, and this is the time of the broadcast that I look forward to because we get to introduce a youngster that gets to perform a song on the same stage as wonderful groups like Coaltown Dixie or legacy artists like Doyle, Lawson. It's a wonderful opportunity for kids to be part of an international broadcast, and we have a young lady, and her name is Isabel Kate Rose. Let's say hi to Isabel. So how old are you, Isabel?
I'm 10 years old.
You're 10 years old, and we were listening to Coaltown Dixie before, and they were talking about how young girls are looking up to them, and they hear them, and you look up to Coaltown Dixie, don't you?
Definitely.
Yeah, and the reason you say definitely is because your mom's the bass player. So you kind of have to.
Well.
So let's talk about when you were a little girl. Mommy was obviously around music a lot, and you would listen?
Yes,
and so what would move you about the music? What would make you want to be a singer too?
I think that like how they changed. Well, you said it was like more male music, but then they kind of went and changed it.
And you're proud of your mom for being part of that,
Yes,
right?
definitely.
She's doing a good job. It's an important thing for artists to change things. Now, you are here with an incredible state champion fiddle player who's also part of Coaltown Dixie. Her name's Ivy Phillips. And you're going to sing with another member of Coaltown Dixie, right? Kaylin Bradford's going to play guitar. And you're 10 years old. And you're in what grade? 5th grade?
5th grade.
5th grade. You doing good with your school?
Yes.
Okay. You're going to tell us the title of this song.
If It Hadn't Been for Love.
If It Hadn't Been for Love. And you're 10 years old.
Yes, sir.
Okay. And your mom knows you're singing this?
Yes.
Okay. So we're ready. She's 10 years old. She's this week's Woodsongs kid, Isabel Kate Rose.
1, 2, 3.
Never would have hitchhiked to Birmingham if it hadn't been for love. Never would have caught the train to Louisiana if it hadn't been for love. Never would have run through that blinding rain with that $1 to my name if it hadn't been for love. The cold walls against my will. At least I know he's lying still. The cold walls without parole. Lord have mercy on my soul. Against my will, at least I know he's lying still. The cold walls without parole. Lord have mercy on my soul. To Birmingham if it hadn't been for love. Never would have caught the train to Louisiana if it hadn't been for love. Never would have loaded up a 44, put myself behind the jailhouse door if it If it hadn't been for love.
Didn't she do great? 10 years old, this week's Woodsongs kid, Isabel Kate Rose. If you think that you've got a youngster that belongs on our stage, we would love to hear from them. Just send me a little brief YouTube clip. Doesn't have to be anything fancy at all. Just email it to michael@woodsongs.com. Also, if you're a teacher, if you're a homeschool parent, you can use Woodsongs in your home as a teaching tool to encourage kids to love this kind of front porch music, banjo and dobro and bluegrass and American jazz with Preservation Hall Jazz Band. Just visit our website, woodsongs.com. Click on the classroom page. It's amazing what you will find there, and it's yours for the taking. His brand new CD is called In Session. He's one of the legacy artists of the world of bluegrass, but he's going to dip back into an older album right now called Open Carefully, Message Inside. This is a beautiful tune called Get On Board, Little Children. It is the one and only Doyle, Lawson, and Quicksilver.
Thank you. Walk it on board, little children. Get on board, little children. Walk it on board, little children. There's room for many more. Well, get on board, little children. Get on board, little children. Walk it on board, little children. There's room for many more.
The gospel trains are coming, I hear it just at hand. I hear the car wheels rumbling and rolling through the land.
Oh, get on board, little children. Get on board, little children. Oh, get on board, little children. There's room for many more. Well, get on board, little children. Get on board, little children. Oh, get on board, little children. There's room for many more.
The gospel trains are coming, it's coming round the curve. It's losing all its steam and brakes and straining every nerve.
Well, get on board, little children. Get on board, little children. Oh, get on board, little children. There's room for many more. Well, get on board, little children. Get on board, little children. Oh, get on board, little children. There's room for many more.
The gospel trains are coming, get on your business right. Better get your soul in order, cause it may be here tonight.
Well, get on board, little children. Get on board, little children. Oh, get on board, little children. There's room for many more. Well, get on board, little children. Get on board, oh, get on board, little children. There's room for many more.
The gospel trains are coming, oh sinner, don't be vain. Get all your baggage, be standing at the train.
Well, get on board, little children. Get on board, little children. Oh, get on board, little children. There's room for many more. Well, get on board, little children. Get on board, little children. Oh, get on board, little children. There's room for many more.
The fare is cheap and all can go, no rich and poor there. No second class aboard this train, no difference in the fare.
Oh, get on board, little children. Get on board, little children. Oh, get on board, little children. There's room for many more. Well, get on board, little children. Get on board, little children. Oh, get on board, little children. There's room for many more. The gospel train's arriving, I hear its whistle loud. So get on board for heaven and we'll roll up through the cloud. Well, get on board, little children. Get on board, little children. Oh, get on board, little children. There's room for many more. Well, get on board, little children. Get on board, little children. Oh, get on board, little children. There's room for many more.
All right. Beautiful vocals, Doyle, Lawson, and Quicksilver. Doyle, gorgeous song.
Oh, thank you.
And, you know, your new album is called In Session. It's sort of a tribute to the wide variety of artists that have come through your band. And I noticed that one thing that you are extremely generous of is sharing the spotlight with your band members, letting them take vocal leads and such. It's not just you singing all the time.
Well, it doesn't have to be. I'm well comfortable with who I am, but you know, my philosophy: if you got somebody with talent, don't put a lid on it. I like for people to hear what these guys can do, because I pay them pretty good money to do it too, you know. So I want to get my money's worth. No, they're all very, and I'm quite proud of them. All of my guys, I'm very, very proud of them.
Well, let's introduce the payroll to everybody, shall we? Stephen Burwell playing fiddle, Joe Dean on banjo, Eli Johnson on bass, Dustin Pirtle on acoustic guitar, and the wonderful Josh Swift playing dobro and singing bass.
All right. Thank you.
When you're, I mean, you are well known in the world of bluegrass and elsewhere in roots music as a pristine vocal band. You've won IBMA awards as Vocal Group of the Year and such. So how hard do you guys work on the vocal arrangements? I mean, the song you just did was just like perfect.
Well, we're very careful, and we pay attention to detail. And you know, when the guys get here, we're here for a while. It really is easier than one might think. It's when we're breaking in new people that the rehearsing a little bit more. But after a while, I would hand them a stack of my CDs. I'd say, "Learn these. We know our part." So, no, actually, I give them a set list, and once they learn them, then we do get together and fine tune it to knock the rough edges off.
Now, is it a group arrangement, or are you guiding the vocal arrangements?
I'll always listen to anything, and I'm always open. I think it would be a mistake for anybody to be real closed-minded about anything, and that pertains to music and ideas.
Right.
And if I like, I say that's great. If I don't feel really comfortable with it, they understand that. But I'm glad to listen to any suggestion.
Let's talk too about the changes that you've seen in the music business part of not just bluegrass, but music as a whole. I mean, there's it's different now.
Well, of course it is. Totally different than it was when I started, and particularly in the on the record side of it. You know, our audiences are, we have more places to work, and you know, during my years of music, Michael, I've toured 49 foreign countries in all the 50 states. So I've been around a while doing special tours and things like that. But you know, the technology in the early days, you know, the recording studios were sometimes not as adequate as you'd like to have, but all that has changed. But in addition to that, with the implementation of the internet and the downloads and all that, it's probably affected the music somewhat, in the fact that it might be maybe a little too easy to get. And the biggest loser of all, when I say that, is actually the writers, because you know there's
no mechanism to pay them.
They don't make any. If somebody pirates one, and then the writer gets nothing. Right. And you know, without the writer, there's no song. Without the song, there's not an artist. And technology is wonderful. Now, I embrace technology so long as it doesn't take away more than you get. You know, so. But it's changed a whole lot, and a lot for the better. But you know, as I say, progress has a price.
Well, one of the positive things that it's done, and I completely agree with you, what it has done to the financial part of being an artist has decimated it for a lot of the artists and bands. The positive thing is that a lot of kids have discovered this music where otherwise they would not have.
Oh yeah, well yeah. When I started playing and trying to learn to play. Was some time back. I'm not old, but I don't buy green bananas anymore either. So
you don't wait for them to ripe.
Anyway,
well, let's. I mean, one thing that we were talking about.
But the kids today, they have not only that. Listen to that young lady, 10 years old, and you know how confident she's singing and how much confidence she had in her ability, and the young lady playing the fiddle. And it's wonderful that young kids take an interest in our music. And there's videos and things that I never had. I taught myself, and to be honest with you, for the first 2 or 3 years, I picked up a lot of bad habits. But I had the good fortune to meet Jimmy Martin when I was 14 years old, and he took me under his wing and it kind of got me on the right track. But today, there's a lot more. But the kids today, gracious, live, these young people can play things that I never thought of. But what I'm doing is done pretty good for me, so I'm not too worried about it.
Well, you've done very good, and we're all just proud that you would be part of our broadcast so that we could brag on you, because you have a lot to brag about. One of which is the new CD. It's called In Sessions. It's a brilliant piece of work. This is a tune off the album called Roll Big River. It is Doyle, Lawson, and Quicksilver.
All right.
River roll, let your waters flow, carry me back home, so roll big river roll. Left my family years ago, chasing after dreams. All I found since I left home is emptiness, it seems. So I'll pack up my old knapsack, let these waters carry me back. River roll, let your waters flow, carry me back home, so roll big river roll. When I get to Asheville, I can stand river bend. I'm in longing for so long for the place I lay my head. I can see the Blue Ridge Mountains in Carolina blue. I know I'll be home soon, so roll big river roll. Roll big river roll, let your waters flow, carry me back home, so roll big river roll. River roll, let your waters flow, carry me back home, so roll big river roll, carry me back home, so roll big river roll.
I just want to say, thank you.
Doyle, Lawson, and Quicksilver. This is the new record. It's called In Session. You can revisit this broadcast again if you just go to Woodsongs.com, click on the archive page. This is show number 842. When Doyle Lawson was a young man just starting out, there was an all-female bluegrass band from Kentucky called the Coon Creek Girls, Lily Mae Ledford and others, and these wonderful ladies are carrying on a brilliant tradition. They're going to do a tune from their new CD called No Town Like Coaltown. The tune is called Not All That It Is, Coaltown Dixie on the Woodsongs. Old Time Radio.
It was bound to happen one day. Just can't stop a hurricane. Your smile will cause another sleepless night. This game can drive a girl insane. Knew I wanted you for mine, handed down right from the start. But you belong to someone else. She had a chain around your heart. In this life
It's a beautiful record. No Town Like Coaltown, wonderful, wonderful bluegrass band from the Pikeville area of East Kentucky. And let's say hi to Stephanie Rose playing the upright bass. And that was your daughter. That was our Woodsongs kid tonight. So what struck you as a musician has certainly struck your daughter, the pride of being able to carry on a tradition like what you're doing in Coaltown Dixie, and you get to look at your daughter doing that. That must be an amazing feeling.
That was an amazing feeling, absolutely.
Now, we mentioned that there were several legacy female groups like the Coon Creek Girls, right? A real world string band and stuff. And what we noticed that a lot of these groups like yourselves are from the great state of Kentucky. So what is it about the Commonwealth that is so encouraging for artists to try new things or brave things or different things like what you're doing?
I don't know. Let's ask the
well, we could
the
make believe we're from
transplant.
West Virginia if that helps.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm from Georgia, so I guess it's a little different for
Well,
me. But
speak
my
for it.
family's from Kentucky, so I think a lot of it's just the heritage that I know growing up for me, going up and visiting family, like we always listened to bluegrass music, so it was always a part, I guess, what kind of shaped me as an artist growing up. And it's so rich in Kentucky, and there's so much of it, and it's so good quality, too, everywhere you go. So, I mean, I think that's a lot of it for me.
Well, it's interesting, though, what Stephanie said earlier in the show, that it was very difficult to find 4 or 5 female musicians to put a band like this together. I mean, is it because there's not a lot of places to play the music anymore, and it's hard to cultivate that? I mean, Doyle has a farm team in his band. I mean, you guys didn't have that. You had to seek it out. So it took you, like you said, a year to find everybody.
We actually met at Front Porch Picking at the Mountain Arts Center in Prestonsburg, Kentucky. And then we met Ivy at Spigma. Is that where we met?
Just jamming in Nashville in the lobby of the hotel there. We brought her along for the ride, and Melanie likes to say I stalked her out in the parking lot after a jam session.
I'm glad you did.
So the first day that you got together as the 5 members of Coaltown Dixie, I mean, what was the music like that first night? Did you feel it? Did it sparkle? Did you get excited, or is this something that took a
The earrings
lot?
may have sparkled. I'm not sure that.
And yet we still can't out-bling Doyle Lawson.
Yeah. Nobody's ever going to out-bling the Doyle. That is the thing. Well,
but we do take a lot, you know, people like Doyle Lawson and Bill Monroe. You know, we've talked a lot about female musicians, but there's so much from bluegrass music. You know, I listen to so many of the males in bluegrass that I've taken inspiration from. You know, it's not just the females that I've taken inspiration from, but, you know, this is something that I wanted to do, and I thought it would be fun to do.
Well, you've been performing since you were a little girl, but you were sort of a young adult before the bluegrass bug hit you.
That's true. That's true.
So things take time sometimes to gel, right?
That's true.
And you've got a beautiful album to prove how well things have worked out. It's called No Town Like Coaltown. Let's get into it. It's the final song of our hour. It's called Rosanna. It is Coaltown Dixie on the Woodsongs. Old Time Radio.
That bootlegged half a boy. She wasn't like other girls he knew, innocent with eyes so blue, but her last name was McCoy. Forgot his tongue, forgot her name. Holding him was worth the shame before she knew it, she was falling. I knew when I won faithful now would be the start of her demise, all because she heard him calling. Be so blind, Rosanna, Rosanna, no Rosanna, she still cries. Now West Virginia mud, they whisper promises of their love, bound to marry in their hearts, but they forgot the blood and thicker than the water in that old Tug River and the feud that kept them apart. Across Tug from West Virginia, family wasn't so forgiving. Dark Hills had little hope. But even worse, she will be denied by the father of her unborn child. Rosanna, did you know you die alone? Rosanna, Rosanna, why'd you have to be so blind? Rosanna, Rosanna, you know Rosanna, she's so cries. She lies in a grave in East Kentucky, buried with a love that would never die. When I walk down to that old Tug River, I still hear Rosanna's cries. Rosanna, Rosanna, why'd you have to be so blind? Rosanna, Rosanna, you know Rosanna, yeah, she still cries. Rosanna, Rosanna, why'd you have to be so blind? Rosanna, Rosanna, she so cries.
Wasn't it wonderful having Coaltown Dixie from East Kentucky on our show? This week's Woodsongs kid, 10-year-old Isabel Kate Rose, she did a fine job. And a master craftsman of bluegrass music, Doyle Lawson and his band Quicksilver. Absolutely brilliant show. You know, the thing that when you listen to Coaltown Dixie talk, when you listen to Doyle talk about when he was a young man and the things that inspired him, the things that Coaltown Dixie got to be inspired by as they put their group together. You know, John Lennon said a long time ago, he said, a dream that you dream alone is only a dream, but something that you dream together can become reality. And that's what Coaltown Dixie did. They had a dream, they came together, it became reality. Doyle Lawson has been experiencing his reality for over 53 years playing this music. And I think in the end, Bill Monroe said it best, the purpose of that front porch, that global front porch that gathers all these wonderful artists together. Bill Monroe said that bluegrass music, more than any other music, has made more friends in the world than anything else. And we are so glad that Coaltown Dixie and Doyle Lawson, you yourselves and your families can gather on your own front porch, making friends of your neighbors, using music as the greatest communication tool in the world. My name is Michael Jonathan. I'm a folk singer. I am a song farmer, and we'll see you next week on the Woodsongs Old Time Radio Hour. Good night.
You've been listening to Woodsongs broadcast number 842. Michael's opening song was Waterfall from the Looking Glass album, featuring Melissa Deaton Jonathan on vocals, Isaac May on mandolin, and Bob Ryan on bass.
Our chief engineer is Jerome Galt. Technical assistants are Brian Clausing, Brandon Eves, Ryan Zanka, and Eric Anderson. Our TV and internet broadcast is directed by Camilla Gilfelder and Emily Comfort, assisted by Emily Comfort, and technical director is David Bingham.
The Woodsongs crew member of the week is Mark Thompson.
Special support provided by Ear Trumpet Labs, the C.F. Martin Guitar Company of Nazareth, Pennsylvania, Hybrid Springwater, Common Grounds Coffee, and the staff of the Lyric Theater and Dupree Catering in Lexington.
Our show is produced with the support of VisitLex.com, the Bluegrass Hospitality Association, and the Clarion Hotel, welcoming visitors from all over the world to Lexington, Kentucky.
Woodsongs and the Woodsong symbol are registered trademarks of Rachel Aubrey Music. Our show is distributed worldwide by the Woodsongs Radio Network and PRX. Thanks for listening. I'm Joe Conkright.
For Michael Jonathan and the entire Woodsongs crew, this is Dorothy Edwards. We hope you will join us again next week for the Woodsongs Old Time Radio Hour.
The online version of the Woodsongs Old Time Radio Hour is a free gift to our fans, provided by VisitLex.com, inviting families and fans worldwide to visit Lexington, Kentucky and attend a live broadcast taping.
The Encore section is next. You can support this massive online archive of shows by becoming a Woodsongs radio partner. Become a Woodsongs partner today. We need your support to keep our broadcast going. It's as simple as a PayPal click on our website, woodsongs.com.
Give yourselves a big hand. As always, you guys are an amazing audience. Thank you so much. You did great. Didn't these guys do wonderful? All right, so here's what's going to happen. For those here in the audience, those watching around the world right now on folkbook.com, we are going to have the encore section. Before we get into and what we're going to do is Coaltown Dixie first, and then Doyle, Lawson. And before we do, next week on this stage, two of the most amazing artists in the world of roots music. Tim O'Brien is going to be here, and Ron Block from Allison Krauss and Union Station. So both of them together. Here's what's neat. As always, Woodsongs Partners comes to that show for free. If you would like to become a Woodsongs partner, you get to come to nearly 40 Woodsongs broadcasts a year for free. And it's very simple and it's very inexpensive, but you become part of the underwriter of our show. We don't have big sponsors. We don't have big corporate underwriters. We don't get grants and stuff. We work with our audience. You make this show possible. And if you're enjoying tonight's experience, imagine being able to come anytime that you like, most of the shows for free. We also found out that the great Judy Collins is coming back on the broadcast as well. So there's bluegrass, there's folk, there's all blues, there's all kinds of music that you and your family can enjoy. So if you'd like to become a Woodsongs partner, we definitely want you part of our family, and they will be in the volunteers will be in the audience to help you out with that. Now, where is our Woodsongs kid? Come here, Isabel. Come here. Seeing how this is your mom and all, come over here. By the way, you dressed very, very pretty tonight. We're very proud of you, and you did a good job. You did a good job, right? Okay, so you see that mic there. Just repeat after me, okay? Ladies and gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Please welcome.
Please welcome.
My mom and her friends.
My mom and her friends.
1, 2, 3, 4. About trains, the Helen and the C&O, Wabash Cannonball, the Flying Texas Eagle, New Virginia Cooper. But I don't like trains at all. Together how we love to ride those rails, all night in a box we're singing Jimmy Rogers songs. We jump the R.J. Corman, we hop the Norfolk Southern. Should have known his rambler soul was never meant to stay. Jump the track, not looking back, while I called out his name. Threw my heart down on the track, like a penny smashed it flat. That's why I don't like learn to love another. I may wave at the conductor, but I still won't like trains at Oh, I should have known his rambler soul was never meant to stay. Jump the track, not looking back.
Coaltown Dixie. And these are, remember, the artists that come on Woodsongs are volunteers as well. So they're going to be in the lobby. They did bring their CDs and stuff, and it would be great for you to bring their music home with you. Since you're here tonight, it would be a wonderful gift to them to help them out. But certainly you'll be able to enjoy their music for a long time to come. Now, Isabel, are you going to go out and sign autographs too?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, okay. So make sure you get Isabel's autograph. All right, say, ladies and gentlemen.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you for coming.
Please.
Please.
Become a Woodsongs partner.
Become a Woodsongs partner.
We need you.
We need you.
And next.
And next.
Is the amazing.
Is the amazing.
The incredible.
The incredible.
The extremely well dressed.
The extremely well dressed.
Doyle Lawson.
Doyle Lawson.
I got a spare room behind the barn for my Mac attack when I'm on the farm. You click it on, then you click around. See the cyber fun I found. Well, I'm a hayseed of the first degree. I'm a country boy from Tennessee.